There's something about getting older that makes us appreciate the little things in life. The warmth of the morning sun, the sound of laughter from grandchildren, or even the simple pleasure of reading a good book. But as the years go by, some of those little things can become a bit more challenging, especially when our eyesight starts to change. If you've ever found yourself squinting at a recipe, misjudging a step on the stairs, or struggling to see clearly in dim light, you're not alone. After 70, our eyes just don't work the way they used to. Colors might seem a little duller, edges a little fuzzier, and shadows a little darker than before. And while that's a natural part of aging, it doesn't mean we have to accept unnecessary risks at home. The good news? A few simple adjustments can make all the difference in keeping you safe and confident in your own space. Today, we're going to talk about 3 easy changes you can make right now to help your eyes work with you, not against you. Because your home should be your sanctuary, a place where you feel secure, comfortable, and completely at ease. Now, the first adjustment is all about lighting. You might not realize it, but the way your home is lit can have a huge impact on how clearly you see. As we age, our eyes need more light to distinguish details, especially in the evening. Have you ever walked into a room and hesitated because a shadow made the floor look uneven? Or maybe you've reached for what you thought was the salt shaker, only to realize it was the pepper. That's where layered lighting comes in. Instead of relying on a single overhead light, which can create harsh shadows, try adding multiple light sources at different levels. A soft lamp on the side table, a small nightlight in the hallway, or even under-cabinet lighting in the kitchen can make a world of difference. The key is to eliminate dark spots where your eyes might struggle. And here's a little tip. Choose bulbs with a warm white or daylight tone. They're much easier on the eyes than those harsh, cool blue bulbs. You'll be amazed at how much clearer things look when the lighting is just right. Now, the second adjustment is about contrast. Our eyes rely on contrast to distinguish objects, especially as depth perception changes with age. Think about it. Have you ever missed a step because it blended into the floor? Or poured milk into a white cup and couldn't tell how full it was? Simple fixes can help. For example, if you have wooden stairs, adding a strip of brightly colored tape along the edge of each step makes them much easier to see. In the kitchen, using dark-colored plates for light foods, and vice versa, helps you serve meals with confidence. Even something as small as a brightly colored phone case against a neutral table can prevent fumbling when you reach for it. The idea is to create clear visual boundaries so your eyes don't have to work harder than they need to. It's not about redecorating your entire home, just making small, thoughtful changes where they matter most. And that brings us to the third adjustment, which we'll dive into next. Because when it comes to staying safe and independent at home, every little detail counts. So, let's keep going and talk about how to make your everyday routines even easier on your eyes. Sometimes it's the little things we don't even think about that can trip us up. Literally. Like that throw rug in the hallway that's been there for years, or the clutter that slowly accumulates on the side table. When our eyesight isn't as sharp as it once was, those everyday objects can become unexpected hazards. That's why the third adjustment is all about reducing tripping hazards and clutter. Now, I'm not saying you need to strip your home bare or get rid of the things you love. It's just about creating clear, safe pathways so you can move around without second-guessing every step. Take rugs, for example. That lovely Persian rug in the living room might add warmth to the room, but if the edges are curled or it slides around, it's an accident waiting to happen. Either secure it with double-sided tape or a non-slip pad, or better yet, consider going without it for a while and see how much easier it is to walk across a smooth, even floor. And let's talk about clutter. We all have those spots where mail, books, or shoes seem to gather like they've got a mind of their own. But when surfaces are crowded, it's harder to see obstacles in your path. Try keeping walkways completely clear, especially at night. If you need a little extra help, a small basket or tray near the door can corral loose items while still keeping them within reach. Now here's something you might not have thought about. Furniture placement. Chairs, side tables, and even plants should be arranged so there's always a clear route to move through a room. If you've ever bumped your hip on the corner of the coffee table, more than once maybe, it might be time to rearrange things just a bit. You'd be surprised how much more confident you'll feel when your space flows naturally. But safety isn't just about what's on the floor. It's also about what's at arm's reach. That brings us to the fourth adjustment, making high-use items easy to see and grab. How many times have you reached into a crowded cabinet for a glass, only to nudge something else off the shelf? Or fumbled with a medicine bottle because the label was too small to read? Here's a simple fix. Keep the things you use every day at eye level and in plain sight. Store your favorite coffee mug on the counter instead of tucked away in a high cabinet. Use clear containers for pantry staples like sugar or flour, so you can see what's inside at a glance. And for medications, ask your pharmacist for large print labels, or use a magnifying glass kept in the same spot so it's always handy. Another game changer? Contrast in everyday items. A dark remote control disappears on a dark sofa, but a bright silicone sleeve makes it pop. A white handrail on a white wall blends in, but a painted or wooden one stands out. These tiny tweaks mean less searching, less frustration, and more time enjoying your day. Now, we've covered lighting, contrast, clutter, and accessibility. But there's one more key adjustment that ties it all together. It's about working with your eyes instead of against them, and it might just be the most important habit of all. So let's talk about how to build these changes into your daily life in a way that feels natural and effortless. You know, the best safety adjustments aren't just about changing your home. They're about changing how you move through it. Because even with better lighting and less clutter, our habits sometimes work against us without us realizing it. That's why the fifth and most powerful adjustment is all about pacing and awareness. Think about how you normally walk through your house. Do you ever find yourself rushing to answer the phone, only to catch your toe on the edge of the rug? Or maybe you've carried a laundry basket down the stairs while looking the other way, trusting your feet to know where to step. We've all done it. Our muscle memory is strong, but after 70, our bodies don't recover from stumbles as quickly as they used to. Here's what helps. Slow down just a little and let your eyes lead the way. Before you take a step, especially on stairs or in dim areas, pause just long enough to really look where you're going. It sounds simple, but that tiny moment of awareness can prevent most trips and falls. And if you need to carry something while walking, try keeping one hand free to steady yourself. Maybe by making 2 trips instead of one overloaded journey. Another game changer? Using your other senses more intentionally. Run your hand along the wall when moving through a dim hallway at night. It gives you extra stability and helps orient you in space. Listen for the sound of your feet making full contact with each step. These small practices work with your changing eyesight rather than fighting against it. Now, let's talk about something we often overlook: regular eye checkups. Even with all these adjustments, your vision needs might change gradually without you noticing. That slight increase in blurriness or difficulty with glare could be corrected with an updated glasses prescription. Many optometrists now specialize in low vision solutions like specialized lenses or glare-reducing coatings that make a dramatic difference. Don't dismiss that annual appointment as just another chore. It's one of the best investments in your independence. As we wrap up, remember this. Getting older doesn't mean giving up the comforts of home. It just means adapting them wisely. You've already taken the most important step by wanting to make your space safer. Whether it's adding that extra lamp by your reading chair, putting bright tape on the stair edges, or simply pausing to look before you step, each small change adds up to big confidence. So why not start today? Pick one adjustment that feels easiest, maybe clearing that one cluttered corner or changing a light bulb, and see how much difference it makes. Your future self will thank you every time you move through your home with ease. And if you found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear which adjustments worked best for you. Share your experiences in the comments. Your idea might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. Don't forget to like this video if it brought you value, and subscribe for more practical ways to thrive in your golden years. Here's to your safety, your independence, and your ability to enjoy every corner of your home with confidence. After all, this is your space. You've earned the right to feel completely at ease in it.